It's contracts galore this week. Is recruitment sorted? And we're planning and strategizing for 2030. I'm Lee, this is Vapor Clean. Let's see behind the cleans. It is Monday the 30th of October, tail end of the month, but we're all gearing up to make sure we smash through November. For the technicians, extractor after extractor after extractor. We've got Stephen and Scott on a very smoky extractor today. Lots of build up because they've got a charcoal cooker, and that's what that does. It builds lots of smoke, black soot and stuff like that as well. Lee and Kyle are on extractor after extractor as well. They're actually at a takeaway that was voted the UK's #1 takeaway a few years ago. So that's really good, regular customer of ours as well. Me, I'm in the office all day off last week, so I've got a few bits to tie up. And yes, I need to find out about the vans.
That looks bloody good.
Afternoon, we just arrived to our next job. So this morning, me, Lee, and a potential new starter we did an extractor system for a place called Cheese Nacho in Trowbridge, an existing customer. Quite a big job as we had to remove the silencer. It isn't in video. It's quite a hell of a job, to be honest, but we came out, cleaned it, and it went all well. So now we've just arrived to our next job, a restaurant, Haywards at the Gramsmere. So another extractor clean. I believe Lee's already had a look at it. It's only a 4-filter system, very clean. But with this one, we've got to install a hatch. So this is the system. Basically 2 parts. One part 3 filters, second part 1 filter.
Put a board on top because you can't stand until
the problem we have with that is just the summer months. So, for example, in June, July, and August,
Okay.
We would go down to 2 training sessions, and we'd probably close one of the rooms on the Friday.
Right.
So it's almost like paying double. If there was a way of doing it at cost per room, if that makes sense, most of the year we will be, on exactly what you've quoted.
Yeah.
But it's just occasionally we won't. Like, for example, if we have a disaster week where we don't even open one of the rooms, for example, or we just have such low admissions that, it hardly takes any time to clean. It's just still being held to that amount is the only thing that he's got an issue with.
So for 9 months of the year, we go with the suggested hours. If we say 9 months of the year, we're at 36, but 3 months of the year, we're at half of that, so we'd be at 18.
How is it going to work when we actually need additional cleans?
Yeah.
If I don't know an amount per day, it's a bit hard for me, and
so that's why you've got the hourly rate broken down. So in your proposal, you've got the hourly rate, the monthly rate, and the yearly rate.
yeah.
The hourly rate is what you would pay for any additional hours. I don't even know if they do these things anymore. I'm that old. Let's say you have something like a foam party and you need more hours to clean that up. You just literally say to us, I want an extra 3 hours on that shift. It's just making sure that we're giving our team enough consistency, and then we can bring other people in to build that back up.
Okay, in that case, I'm so sorry to ask you to do this again.
No, that's
Can
fine.
you just put that in the terms?
Yeah.
3 months of the year will be this amount, and then 9 months of the year will be that amount. Anything additional will be charged at the hourly rate, just so I can quickly forward it to my RM and actually get it done sorted by the end of the day.
I'll get that done in the next hour or so for you and get that sent over. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Bye-bye.
So for those that are interested, I just thought I'd show you a little bit more around the special delivery. So this is the Ford Ranger Wild Track Eco Blue. It is a truck, so I've got the versatility of the back, need the versatility of being able to move some stuff around. Lovely big view screen here. It's got the leather interior. It's a really nice truck to drive. built tough apparently. Not what you would expect from a Ford. It's a comfortable drive, it gives me the nice driving position and stuff like that as well. So far I'm really quite pleased with it. Yeah, it's a nice truck. It does seem to be quite heavy on the diesel, and it's got the eco mode as well, so I do less miles than everyone else. I am quite conscious of that as well, keep the mileage down.
Voila. And on top.
It's Tuesday 31st of October. I'm heading over to actually drop my car off to have it serviced and get a new MOT on it before it goes. So my last drive. Sorry to see it go, but it's been a good car. I do like it. But there we go. Today it's going to be a busy day across the board. Support ops, Aaron's helping me out this morning with the car, and we're actually going to go over and get the repair quoted on his van as well. And then he's got multiple audits to do today, so busy day of audits across the board for the support ops. For me, I'm in the office as soon as we've sorted this out. I've got a few calls to make as well. We've got the leadership team meeting, which I'm going to be announcing a couple of new contracts in the leadership team meeting, and but it's not with who they may think. We've closed some deals, but it's not the ones that we've been dealing with. But we've got leadership team meeting, we've got a marketing meeting with Craig to tie up some loose ends there, give some thought about what else we want to do, and then wrapping up my day, I am going on the James Sinclair podcast as well. So I've mentioned James Sinclair a few times, attended his seminar a few weeks ago, and I signed up for his podcast to get his view and his help. So today we'll be talking about the day-to-day stuff, and the planning session tomorrow is all about what's coming in a few months' time, what we're going to be doing over the next quarter, the next 12 months, the next 5 years. It's all about planning ahead and keeping ahead of the game. I just went out and done it, and then I got screwed.
Because you had to then pay it all back.
Well, at one point I used to run my own landscaping business. I didn't run it for very long, did it for about a year, 18 months. Fucking hated it. I took a nice chunky job redoing this garden, and it was like a 2-tiered garden.
Yes.
So I had to dig it all out, do all of the big pathway out the back, big patio, did all sorts. And I never thought about it at the time, right? They seemed like lovely people, and they were taking photos and videoing and all that sort of stuff all the way through it. And I was there for about 6 weeks.
Right, so it's like a before and after almost.
Yeah, they told me they were making a scrapbook. Didn't think anything of it. Did it so they paid me in stages. So they paid a little bit before I started, a little bit like after the first week, second week, and everything else.
Yeah.
But by the end, they owed about 25% of the job. Got to the end of it, literally let me get all my tools out. You had to go through their house to get into the garden. They had like an extension on the side. And I thought it was strange because I'd never ever met the husband and the son. And I thought, that's a bit funny, you know?
meeting them last day of the job and all that.
I'm a bit worried about this. Let me guess. Has the son and father made their own business?
No.
Okay, I thought they were going to make their own business by using your example.
The best bit was the fact that the son was a policeman. They let me walk out the door with my shovels and everything else in my hand, and I said, I'll just go to the truck and I'll get my receipt book. I'll chuck these in the truck, get my receipt book, come back. I said, obviously we'll settle up the bill. And with that, he turned around and went, yeah, we decided you're too fucking expensive. You ain't having the rest of your money. Get the fuck off my land.
Right. So what did you do?
What? I kind of laughed, and I went, that's not really funny, you know.
Yeah.
And he went, I said, I put a lot of effort into that. That's going to put food on my table. And he went, no, it fucking ain't, because I ain't paying it. Locked the doors behind me, walked into the porch, opened the window, and the son turned around and showed me his badge and went, I'm a policeman. If you don't get off the land, I'm going to get off the front lawn. I'm going to call the police. I said, is there anything wrong with the work? He went, no, but you charge too much money for what you did, so we're not paying it. And if you try and fight it, we'll take you to court. Worst bit about it, jumped in the truck, I went home, absolutely fuming by this point. Yeah. Rang the solicitor and everything else, and they said, you've got no choice. You can go back and get your materials, because they haven't paid you materials. I said, I can't, because I can't get into the back garden. And they went, yeah, then you're screwed. That's why they let you walk out and lock the door. Took them to court. Worst bit in the world, right? They fucking countersued me for poor workmanship. And what irritated me the most, there was things that all the way through the job, there was things that they asked me to do, and this was just
extra
stupidity on my part, because I was young and stupid. But they would ask me to do things, and I'd be like, oh, you don't want to do that, that ain't gonna work. They had a massive, great big pond, lovely pond, and then up the top they had a big pump for it.
Yeah.
And it was sat on a concrete base. Well, I laid all the turf around the concrete base and everything else, but there was a foot all the way around the concrete base. And they said to me, oh, just lay a bit of turf over that concrete base. And I'm like, why? It'll die within a week. Yeah, but just do it. I said, no, it'll die. You can't.
Why
it won't
concrete?
live. Why are you trying to turf over concrete? It will die. It won't live. Yeah, but we just want to see it done for the pictures and everything else. And I'm like, oh, whatever, all right. And I'll be honest with you.
Oh, I see. So what they've done then is they've made you do a shit job, take a picture of it, so they can then say...
Took pictures of me doing it.
Yeah.
And pictures of it dead afterwards.
Oh, you fuckers.
And they put it in their fucking paperwork as fake. And like, it was bad workmanship and it died and this, that and the other. I was going to charge them for taking up all the old slabs and getting rid of it. And they were like, oh, just use it as hardcore underneath and like in the footings for the dividing wall and everything, the retaining wall. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, but that's not going to help you at all. You still have to put scalpings and everything over the top. I said, I'll just have to dig deeper, put that in, and then put scalpings over the top. And they're like, yeah, that's fine, that's not a problem. They took pictures of the broken up slabs at the bottom. They didn't take pictures of the scalpings on the top. They've done me for about $5,500 grand. Knocked me for that money, but they also, not only did they win, did I lose my claim against them, they won their claim against me, which meant I was supposed to pay them back about 10 grand.
And all you have done is tried to do your fucking
job.
Do
an honest fucking job on my life. When that happened, that was when I went, I'm done with landscaping, I ain't doing it no more, I was done. I honestly believe at that point, that was to teach me one of the biggest lessons I would ever learn.
And that is to cover your back.
And just to make me that much stronger. I was learning my lessons along the way. I paid what I could, made sure I had nothing in my name. I literally had nothing to my name. The only thing I had at the time was the pickup truck that I was working from, which was like 1,500 quid. And I even had bailiffs come knocking on the door for that as well. And the only way I said I was managed to keep that is I went, if you take that, I can't afford to work. So if you want to take it, take it. That's all I get. It's even like in the business, you know what I mean? There's some jobs that we can charge more for, and I'm like, no, because that's not fair. That's not reasonable. Everyone deserves to be paid a fair wage. That's why we're accredited to the real living wage, because we were one of the first around here to be accredited to that. But the least I can do as a business owner is make sure that you're all looked after and you're paid as much as I can pay you.
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, cool. Okay, so stats.
I might have to blur this out there, and if it shows you on screen when I bring you up or not, but
Yeah, it does.
oh, right, okay.
Which is really disturbing, especially as I'm ramming chips in my mouth. 1,000, is that from that one room? Yeah.
Yeah.
Might have been worth all the abuse.
Yeah.
The trouble is, it's always the negative people that come out of the woodwork first.
But I think I've discovered the secret to YouTube.
Really?
I've found that if you put the word hidden into your title, then people are suddenly really intrigued. Like the hidden truth beneath your carpet. I got like 2,000 views off that. The hidden secret in your bathroom. Can you see that?
But I think that was a good shot as well, though. You kind of look at it and think, what the fuck are they doing
What
there? Let's
was
keep
the
monitoring it.
next thing?
Hopefully we're heading in the right direction. Basically, what I'm thinking, I speak to the customer service team and I assign this to one of them. He gets it off of your plate. It's more activity based than anything else. So it keeps us active on Twitter. If we don't look out, we're just going to spread you too thin again.
Okay.
I was having a quick scan through our Twitter page. It is very much just what we're putting out everywhere else, as opposed to having that streamlined focus of our commercial services. We will define this marketing plan next week. We need to look exactly what you were saying a minute ago. What's worked on Twitter? I'm looking at a new system that we can use, which is basically, it's a bit of a CRM system for marketing, but it would enable us to do email, text message, all of that sort of stuff within one system that constantly updates, tracks everything. You can have landing pages and all that sort of thing. Sinclair.
We do still need to order those hoovers though for the video.
Yeah, no, I know
videos.
that. I'll do that. I'll make sure I've got them. I think you have a bit more of an idea with floor cleaner versus floor cleaner.
I think you would just have to make something so mind-numbing as dramatic as possible.
I'll ask around a little bit as well. Tomorrow morning, I'm in a training session with the leadership team. We're in a planning session with the leadership team. But if there's anything else you need, just let us know, right?
Okay.
I won't have to worry about getting you lot.
I sent Craig loads. He's got 16 minutes of me an hour and just rambling, going
The
to
last
people.
week.
Yeah,
Last
positive
week.
interaction. It's been a bit crap this week, to be honest. Last week, with people leaving. Well, the new site, that's the good news.
Yeah, we can share that.
Yeah.
What's good is having someone ready lined up for it that's done surgical cleaning. I was like, yeah, so a bit of that.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you?
She's good to go. She's like, yeah, she's.
You kept that
my only
quiet,
downside,
that
that was
yeah.
yesterday. That's what I did yesterday. But my downside is I'm worried about whether, because it's a month before. So what
She
can
could
we
start
do?
sooner.
Can we do something
She
sooner
could
for
start
her?
sooner, yeah.
So I've still got 3 open positions, but 4 have been filled.
Should we just highlight that though? That's 7 positions
Mhm.
filled in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome.
I'm out of bookings last week. That's definitely my positive.
Then it's me to decide on a venue for tomorrow. That's in progress. I thought it was next week.
Oh my God. I did tell them this morning. So the feedback from Lee was ridiculously good yesterday. Really good. He said it was up to me and hiring. No
If
doubt.
we've got the right people, that's better than having people
In the
in
location.
the right place. Hi Phil, you alright?
GUE has been now been paid. Check on HGE.
Waiting for it to be paid, but I think they dragged their heels a bit, didn't they? So could you ring the office? It's 01934 611 242. It's done though, is it? You're just waiting on payment, are you?
Yeah.
Cool.
It might have been already paid and done. I don't know.
You don't
on
know.
there.
Yeah. Okay.
But I know GUE
It's
is all
definitely.
done
Yeah.
and paid.
Okay.
Yes. Alright, I'll check it. I'll leave a message on with Danny.
All right. That's brilliant. Thank you very much.
Alright, thanks.
Cheers.
Thanks, bye.
Bye. Got to get these vans back on the road. So yeah, really pleased to hear that they are done. It's just so frustrating when the warranty company are dragging their heels and not sorting out payment. I understand why a company such as Peugeot won't release the vehicles. If they're going to drag their heels and they ain't going to release it, then you're going to hold on to people's vehicles, because that's how you get the urgency for them to pay your bill, don't you? So, but yeah, hopefully that means we can get them on the road.
Wednesday, the 1st of November. New month. We start the new month with our planning day. So myself and the leadership team are going out of the office and we're going to be planning the next few years, where we want to get the business and how we're going to get it there. We also have a new technician starting this morning. They will be in the office being inducted by Lee, going through the thorough training and everything else. Ashley, the other technician that's been recently training, he has actually been signed off to go out on his own. He's gone through the training and the review process, and now he's signed off and he's out on his own from this week. And we'll be monitoring that very closely to make sure he's getting the right feedback and he's fully supported as much as anything else. Support ops also have some new starters over on that side as well, which we'll get that caught up later on.
Oh, my elbows! Bloody fan. So now I'm not getting them. Can't see nothing. The angle is so difficult. I know. Especially when you have to pull towards you. But those hatches are only meant for inspection anyway, apart from the bigger ones.
So 2.3, we would need to be turning over £191,667 a month. At the moment we're about 100k, just under.
So it's not unrealistic.
That to me, so in my mind, that would be our target to hit in March 2026. So I think we're better off aiming for the 500 in the next 12 months, 600 the following 12 months. So we split it down the middle back way.
1.7 in year one.
In the next 12 months. I've looked at it in my head thinking, I'd like you to be full time by March. By the next month, financial year. I think the company needs it, that you're better for it. I want to invest in all of you as much as anything else to make you better than me. Really hard.
Really?
You know you were waiting for it.
So I was thinking, like, because Aaron's been doing it, it would be nice to give him a title of summer, because I know he gets paid the overtime in that, but I'm looking more of when I go on holiday, he actually steps in to my role.
It's like the substitute amount.
But this is what I mean by looking at how we're developing people and what the stages are, and also how we get them. So I wouldn't be saying like a head support op, because ultimately you've got your support ops, you've got your managers, and then you'll get like when you're looking further down the line.
So he could be a deputy contracts manager, for example.
Let's say by 8 and 25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So by April 25 we have the new office.
Well, you need a desk.
Yeah, I'm not sure it would be.
And I'm not going in there.
I mean, we've all decided, without even asking them, that you need your own fucking office.
Yes.
Email. I think only about 12 people open that email.
67.
So you could create that as a text message, you could actually call those people and say, we cleaned you up last year, would you like to go ahead and book that? Yeah, exactly that.
So what would you want to call it?
Well, there's customer service advisor, and it's what they are over there, and then this would be customer sales advisor. I know it's very similar, but
they hide it under names, because I was complaints department, but I was called customer for life team. They hide it. They don't call it outright.
Yeah, well, see, I don't do that shit.
well, that was one of my things with Curry's, wasn't it? Full pay expert.
Full pay expert.
Because it was a French organisation. It was a French organisation, and they dealt with telephone, mobile phones, house landlines, internet, and something like broadband or whatever. So yeah, they were talking about it's 4 different things, and they called it full pay expert on the contract. I was like, great.
Oh my God.
It doesn't translate very well from the French company.
No.
We said 8 techs, didn't we? Should we put that down?
No.
So 8 technicians by then, and you're gonna want like Kinta, another full-time person by April 25. Depends what you're going to tell me. Nice to meet you. Alright. Yeah,
Just don't get us confused.
Yeah, I spelled it the right way. You spelled it the wrong way.
I blame my parents for that. No, it's did really well yesterday on the training day sort of thing.
And
And literally just got like a house on fire really. So we've got another instructor today, haven't we? We've got a hatch to fit today as well. So we're gonna get him to watch and maybe have a go at that as well. See how we go.
Oh yeah, how did that go?
obviously with that in mind, we've still got the spare ducting and stuff out there. So if you do need to do that on a separate day, we can do it in the office as opposed to.
Forgot all about that.
Normally you have a bit more time in the office, and so you
and then you can then shoot off to do
practice getting it up the stairs and stuff like that.
It
looks heavy. It looks heavy. Yeah. Well, truth be known, it should only be one flight. If we know it's any more than one flight, we will stop and we'll say we need 2 technicians. We charge more and stuff like that. But I mean, even one flight, depending on the type of stairs, you've just got to know what you're doing to make it quite simple. I mean, I've done a dozen flights of stairs before, and it's doable. It's not fun, but it's doable.
No, it's certainly ain't fun.
No. And in all honesty, sometimes a few will slip through the net. Now, don't get me wrong, you've got the right to say, no, I'm not taking that up there, I don't feel safe. I'm comfortable doing it. Have we got a bell, or is the bell broken?
Yeah, it's broken, but it's there. Don't hit it hard. We would like the warners. Hey, is that a contract?
Go on, just sign.
Yeah, you're welcome. So 147, 147, 132, and 165 last month. No.
But if we were looking at September, we took a lot less, which is exactly what we said about being not front loading the month of October.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you get to the end of the month and that's when you can't fit enough work in, so you can't hit target. Whereas hopefully that means that we're pushing it into the following.
I was going to say that's filling up November and a little bit of December, because there isn't much in December. Sometimes it's nice to have just good news.
That's all we want.
Thursday the 2nd of November, just picking the car up, and then that's being picked up today by the new owners. Unfortunately, head tech Lee isn't very well today, so he's called in sick this morning. It's all been moved around. Luckily the team are quite happy that they'll be able to crack on and get through the big kitchen deep clean that they had today with George as well, because George would have been an extra person during the training process. We don't include him as part of the team that we've booked for it, so he would have normally been an extra person. I'm going to see how it goes by about lunchtime, and then potentially we might send over a support op or something to give them a hand to make sure they finish up. But currently they're quite confident that they'll be able to get it done, which is good. On the contract side, it's a day of audits today. We've got 1 or 2 of the support ops into the office, but it's a little bit more of a chilled day. We've got some things to get through, and I've got some catch-ups to do shortly. I've got some updates for you. It's a good day. Starting the day on a high, to be honest. As you would have noticed, another contract signed yesterday, so we've had a good number of signs, and I'll update you in full shortly.
Pretty much video evidence of what I've done. Done all the skirting boards to where I can reach. Unit's still full of clothes. Radiator, door frames, plug sockets, all the skirting boards. Floor's been hoovered. Windows have been cleaned with window frames. Just once again, skirting boards. Scott's doing the patio as we speak. And then this room as well, been done. that is, I don't know. But yeah, that's it. I don't want to be dropping my phone. Lacquer Vapor Clean.
Pretty sure it is the top.
Come on, Stephen, give us a smile.
Yes.
I planned this kitchen. Yeah, it's so easy. Yeah, it's a lot easier. Burgess salmon. It's all like boardrooms and meeting rooms. Well, we were. Right. Let's get some lights in this joint. Right behind you. Right, so we are done. As you can see, everything is nice and clean, spotless. It's come out quite nice. Pretty much the whole kitchen. I'm not going to walk on some areas because the floor's still wet. Looks pretty good.
Being out a bit Halloween mad this week at home, so hence decorations. New contract site. The intro of the episode, potentially 3 new contracts. Do they come on board? Well, we have 3 new contracts all signed and sealed this week. But it's not the 3 that we thought it may have been. We actually have about 6 that are currently on the verge of actually signing, all of which I think you've seen the different quotes that I've been out and done over the last few weeks. Very proud to say that the spa is one of them. So Hatherley Manor is the spa in Gloucester. And we are there Monday doing the setup meeting because they want to get that one up and running as soon as possible. So that's going to be the first one. We then have Synoptics, which is one that I quoted a couple of weeks ago in Bristol, and that one is signed as well. We'll be doing a setup meeting on there soon enough. And then the third one is actually not the one that we thought was going to close. The third one is the Co-op. So yes, the Co-op shops that you are expecting. We already work with other supermarkets as well, so it's nice to get another one sort of under the belt. And this one could actually grow into multiple sites as well. Didn't actually go out and quote that one, to be fair, because it is a shop that is in construction at the moment. So that one is all been quoted from plans and discussions and things like that. So, but it was one that kind of come out of the blue, because it was so very quick. They've heard of us before, they've done a lot of their research, etc., saw it coming out of the blue, and they just emailed it over, gave us all the details and said, look, can you just provide this quote? Provided the quote, closed the deal within 24 hours. It was really positive, that one. The one that we thought would close is one that that is still in the works. We're still trying to make it work for them, but that is the nightclub in Gloucester. Ashley's been out there. It is one that we'd really like to work with, but it's challenging because they don't open consistently. Therefore, they don't want to guarantee hours and things like that. And if you don't provide guaranteed hours for cleaners,
they soon go elsewhere. One of the biggest issues, it's not as popular now, but one of the biggest issues in the cleaning industry used to be 0 hour contracts, because you put cleaners on 0 hours and you just literally drop them when you don't need them, basically, which is just an awful way to work, and we've never used them. This nightclub are just trying to make it work in a way that is financially viable for them as much as possible, and obviously we're trying to do the same for us. You know, we want to make sure we're looking after the client, but we've also got to look after our team. We need to make sure we can guarantee them a certain amount of hours, and we've got the way to fluctuate to their needs whilst making sure it's comfortable for the staff. So we're still working with it. I'm still confident we'll sort something out with that one, but there's going to be a little bit of time to go with that one. The other one is somewhere I visited a number of weeks ago. Again, it's multiple sites, 6 different sites. But unfortunately, they've got an outgoing contractor who is playing a little bit awkward at the moment, and they just need to make sure that they've got all things up and running and organised properly. So I've had a good conversation with them today. The response is, we're definitely moving over to you. We definitely want you to be our contractor. Your price is good. Your standards are good. Your record is good. You know, just everything is really, really positive. So it's a definite yes. But we've got to work out our dates. They're hoping to get it organised within the next few weeks, but they're thinking it might be a New Year's thing, which we're getting to that time of year. My fellow salespeople will know we're getting to that time of year now where it's going to be a case of we'll finalise it in the new year. But all in all, what a way to round off the week. 3 new contracts in the bag, and we are over the moon to be working with some big names and some, yeah, just top class clients. I just get bored by Christmas though.
I don't think so. Not anymore. Otherwise I'll just put on the tree to take it. It's not for you. Yeah, so I've got my Christmas tree up.
That's too soon.
And it annoyed me, so I was like, that's I'm taking it.
You've got a fake tree. I suppose you have to, don't you? It's too early, isn't it?
I can't do real trees.
I just love the smell. I love the smell.
I have got these things you put in the tree that actually makes them smell like real Christmas trees.
Oh right.
So I got them in my tree at the minute.
You'll have to let me know how they're like.
They're amazing. I use them every year.
Do you?
Yeah.
Can you bring one in?
Yeah. I'll bring them in tomorrow. No, I'm not. I'll bring them in Monday.
Yeah, you can bring one in tomorrow if you like.
Yesterday we did 13 jobs, £2,352. Everything else was 80s, 90s, 100s. So it means that we are upselling, which is what we need, because closer we get to Christmas and it's already starting, all the ovens are coming in.
Yeah. So I did 7 bookings and overall I took 717. Yeah, that 80, the only reason that come down is because that's because of a discount.
Yeah, it was
and
the
loyalty discount.
fourth.
So I did the upsell, and then she's like, "Oh, can we use my discount now?" Luckily, because she's gone up to the 80, gone up to the 95,
Yeah.
15 off. It brings it down to 80, so you've still got £5.
But she's a loyal customer, so we've got to give her the discount, which is what we need to do.
So the story behind the car, or the new vehicle, decided that we were going to lease for my next vehicle because it would be better for the business, which basically left us with the asset of the car because that one is a purchase. Decided to sell it privately because obviously the lease company didn't want it, so we decided we were going to go to Mercedes locally because they would probably be the best people to offer us the best money for it. And basically we've always got to be frugal on costs. We've always got to try and get as much money as we can in because it goes back towards the business. Mercedes agreed a price, which was absolutely fine. They said they'd come and pick it up, they'd take it away, and they'd assess the vehicle and come back. Now, the frustrating thing is to me, a deal is a deal. There's nothing different in the vehicle. They didn't find anything different in the vehicle. They just basically adjusted their offer. And they didn't just adjust it a little bit. They adjusted it by £3,000, which, me being me, was kind of like, yeah, you're having a laugh, mate. You do one, get gone.
So we didn't go down that road, and I'm not going to let Mercedes Western Supermare have it, although they've been trying to get it off of us for the last 2 years. They can't have it because they don't want to have enough money for it. So we listed it on a specialist car buying website, and we thought we'd try one of those, put it on there. And to be honest, we didn't get very great offers on it, on the particular one we chose, which was Motorway. I didn't find it very good. They valued it at one price. Then again, after it went up for sale, which is a 24-hour auction thing, after that 24 hours, because it didn't sell, they come back to us, they tried to adjust it and everything else. So I actually went to a different one in the end, and it was more of a specialist high-end one, and I've done it via that. And actually, they've agreed a good price on it, and they're due to pick it up next week. So fingers crossed we don't get any messing around with it, but we'll see.
Are you videoing it?
Yeah.
Let's see what the next one's like. Yeah, they're all a bit like it.
Last but not least today is a quote visit for a local pub. Been asked to provide a quote for a daily clean. It's 5 minutes round from the office, so I'm going to shoot there before finishing for the day and going and picking the kids up and being off for the weekend. Been and seen that quote, can't show you around. It's a very intimate setting, and it's very, very local, so local that I'm sure some of our competitors would try and steal it before we get it. Good little pub though, would be a nice little place to work. Obviously we work really closely with a lot of pubs and restaurants anyway, but they're just trying to do too much. He's worked there for quite some time, and he's not just the manager, he's the cleaner, he's the stock taker, he's the finance guy, he's literally everything. And he's admitting himself that the last thing on his mind is the cleaning. The last thing to get done is the cleaning. So the standards are not where they want them to be. So, you know, they're doing the right thing. They're trying to get it sorted. The difficult part is he's not actually the owner, he's the manager. So he's got to convince the actual owner to, I say increase the spend, but is it really an increase in spend if you're already doing it and that person is burning themselves out? If that person is cleaning 7 days a week on top of being a bartender 7 days a week, a manager 7 days a week, it's not an extra spend. You're already paying someone else to do it, and actually you're going to burn them out first. And how much is that going to cost you? That's going to cost you a hell of a lot more than paying a professional cleaner to go in and have a reliable service every single day. That's what he's realised, and hopefully that's what we can help him do. Take the workload off of himself and get someone in there.
This is the podcast designed to help grow your business. That's why we exist. Today my guest is Lee Keats. He's been to my seminars, he's watched my YouTube videos, he's even been an avid listener of this here podcast.
The broadcast, the business broadcast with James Sinclair has been released. I must say, when I recorded it with James, I was a little bit underwhelmed and I was a bit disappointed and thought, oh, didn't get as much out of that as I was hoping. But I am very sad, and I did listen to it as much as anything else. And actually, I'm really pleased I did it. I got some good things from that are just gonna keep us going on and maybe steer us in the right way. If you have listened to it, please do drop us a comment. Let us know what you think. Let us know if you agree. Everything at the moment, or a lot at the moment, seems to be around the content that we're making and the marketing we're doing, because we're putting a lot of time and effort into it, and we just want people's feedback to let us know if we're doing the right things as much as anything else to keep pushing it forward. But that's confirmed quite a lot that was already in my mind as well, so I am very pleased that I've done it. And that's a wrap for another week. Thank you very much for watching. Please do click subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and we will see you again next week when we undertake a setup meeting for the new spa contract client. It's deep clean after deep clean after deep clean for the technicians, and we are one step closer to launching our new service. Thanks very much for watching. We hope to see you next week.